In our last episode, we spent some glorious days in La Cruz, Mexico. In this episode, we move to Puerto Vallarta, hang out at Paradise Village way too much, and do some tours with friends in Puerto Vallarta. One last turn around the market in La Cruz before we head off to Paradise Village and Puerto Vallarta. Well, that's what we thought anyways. It turns out later in the day that Jackie had some vision issues, which I diagnosed as a detached retina. So we end up spending a couple more days in La Cruz while we take Jackie into the doctor and get that all sorted out. Yeah, this is your worst nightmare. Your best friend is going blind in one eye. So in a big panic, I load her into a cab and we run down to a recommended doctor in downtown Puerto Vallarta. It turns out to be the specialist for all of the state. This woman has a quick look in Jackie's eye and thank God she's not going blind. But she is bleeding inside the eye, which seems to have stopped. We go home with some pills and the next day on a follow-up visit, it turns out the bleeding has stopped and Jackie's eye continues to get better. Don't be afraid to go to that hospital in Mexico. The doctors and nurses are spectacular. Cleared to travel, we go into Paradise Village in February to meet Jackie's sister and brother-in-law and spend a lot of time at the pool drinking margaritas. Morning at Paradise Village.
Yes, we are at Paradise Village. This is the beach in the morning. Kind of an overcast day, but the sun is coming up, so it should be good. Early morning tourists walking the beach.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Palm trees.
And then we have the Disneyland style resort. Holy crap. With more food than anybody could ever eat in their whole life. Booze, pools, and bored tourists. How could you be bored when you come here? Even if it's a cloudy day, how can you be bored? Look at this. Paradise, for God's sake.
It is Paradise.
Literally, Paradise Village. Literally Paradise Village.
Literally paradise.
Fireworks at Paradise Village. Apparently they do this every night. Pretty cool, eh?
The next day, we hop a bus to downtown and visit the Malecon.
Hola. Where are you?
We're on the bus, the runaway riders. That's what we call them. Because they go really fast, have really bad brakes, and no air conditioning.
Good look. Sand sculptures in Puerto Vallarta. And it's a gorgeous day in Puerto Vallarta. Shit, I wish I had my bathing suit. I'd love to go for a swim. That water looks gorgeous. Maybe later. Oh, adventure buddies.
Hola.
There's the adventure buddies.
Hola.
Did you find a bathing suit, adventure buddy?
Yeah, for 2,000 pesos.
2,000 pesos?
Yeah, I don't think so.
You don't want a 2,000 peso bathing suit?
No.
No.
No, I'm looking for one that's 300 or 400 pesos.
300 or 400 pesos. Oh well.
Not here.
Not here. The other adventure buddy. Hi, Karen. Public art on the Malecon. Very surreal. But Mexico is a surreal country. And they like surreal art.
La Ronda del Mar, The Roundabout of the Sea by Alejandro Colunga from 1996. These are 8 monumental high-backed bronze chairs offering exaggerated human anatomy, surrealism, fantasy, and nautical imagery. The artist encouraged you to sit on the chairs. Alejandro said, The chairs are for you. I made them with lots of love so they could be used and abused, so people could climb up on them, and so that your children could pee on them. Something that might even make them prettier.
In public interest, we skipped the pee part.
But we did sit on them. En busca de la raison, Searching for Reason, by the famous Mexican artist Sergio Bustamante, a very distinctive 60-foot-high statue with 3 strange pillow-headed figures and a ladder which 2 are climbing, like searching for an answer far and above the normal limits of humanity. I didn't find any reason.
But did you find an answer as to why the lady climbed the ladder?
I'm afraid of heights. Why was I the one that had to climb the ladder? El Niño sobre el Caballo del Mar, the boy on the seahorse. This was the first statue that was placed in downtown Puerto Vallarta. It's a 10-foot replica of the seahorse that was at Las Piedras on Los Muertos Beach. La Fuente de la Amistad, Friendship Fountain, or sometimes known as the Dancing Dolphins, by James Bud Bottoms with Octavio Gutierrez in 1987. The Vallarta Dancers by Jim Demetro. These figures are life-size, cast in bronze, and are unique when compared to all the other statues in town for their colored patina. These statues were unveiled in 2006. Nuestra Senora de Guadalupe, Our Lady of Guadalupe Parish. It is a city icon. It dominates Vallarta's downtown skyline and is one of the favorite symbols of the city. It is one of the most important monuments and spiritual center of the Catholics in town. The foundations of the parish was started in 1903, and 62 years later, the iconic crown was placed on the main tower. While the parish is currently under renovations, it still holds regular services.
So this is the famous pier downtown Puerto Vallarta. And there's my adventure buddy. Say hello, adventure buddy. I don't know why she wants me to take a picture of this, but she does.
Tastes like all the corn.
Oh, you like all the corn up there? Cool. Yes, it's decorated very, very pretty. The pier at Playa Los Muertos, the beach of the dead.
This beach was the location of a sacred cemetery of the local Indians. They found remnants of the burials when they started to build the pier, hence the name.
Actually, I like the Hollywood version. Buried pirate treasure in dead man's chests. All fiction, of course. But more fun.
As you walk along the 200 feet of the pier, you get a beautiful panoramic view of the entire bay.
An island in the heart of Old Town Puerto Vallarta, Isla Kawali, an area of markets and artists.
This is one of the suspension bridges that connects the old town to Isla Kawali, and I really don't like suspension bridges, especially when your husband comes behind you and makes it sway.
Jump, jump! This bridge was recently repaired, as in 2017, during the rains, it was washed all the way out to sea. And you can see by this river that when it's full, there could be a lot of water coming down here. This is a gem in the heart of the city. The rivers on either side and all the trees provide tons of shade and cool air and lovely little restaurants to pull up and have a cerveza. Cool graphic artist. She's dead, and if you look at the bottom of the picture, she's actually giving us the bird. She's actually giving us the bird, if you look down in the bottom corner. We started down this walk because it was shaded and it was a hot day, so this walk was nice and cool. We had no idea where we were going, but we're just on an explore with my adventure buddy. The Babel Bar, a nice place to stop in the shade for a siesta, complete with a bucket of cerveza, of course. This bridge leads off the island to the haciendas on the cliff above. You'd have to be pretty dedicated to walk up that bridge to get home. At the end of the walk is the cultural center, complete with painting studios, a performance area, and pottery studios.
This is a really pretty calico cat. I really wanted to take her back to the boat, but Mike wouldn't let me. She's in really good shape. Somebody's been looking after all the cats here on the island.
Are those guys pretty in there too?
Oh, look at that. It's a whole sanctuary of cats. Nope, it's just a bunch of feral cats. Look at that. There's a Siamese in there. Oh, yes, you're all pretty. Look at you all. I'd say you all, but he can't.
Kitty's hanging out. More cats here. Kitty's hanging out by the pottery shop.
We take a stroll through the Mercado Municipal in Rio Cuale, looking for the elusive bathing suit for under 300 pesos.
As always, Tinkerbell gets distracted and looks at purses, not bathing suits. Old Town Puerto Vallarta. This is where people live. That's why it's so nice and quiet here.
It's beautiful.
Isn't it beautiful? And down that way is inland Puerto Vallarta. In our next episode, we leave Puerto Vallarta and sail to Tecatita, where Jackie learns how to paddleboard.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on our Facebook page, Instagram, and Patreon. Welcome to our newest patron, Nana, and our loyal patrons, Angel and Bruce. You too can help improve the quality of our videos by becoming a patron at patreon.com.
Hope you enjoyed this video. Give us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe.
Catch you next time.
Go cruising now, my brother. It's later than we think. Banana! Pedro,